Hello and welcome to Raj Sabha Television. I am Akhilesh Suman and you are watching Agenda 2014. Agenda 2014 is a specially crafted and packaged program in the run-up of general elections 2014. And our motive is clear. We want to put before you and also before the political parties some of the daunting national and international issues that concerns everyone's life. If you remember the last decade, foreign policy became the touchstone of governance at national level. Governments were continuously at tenterhooks on crucial bilateral and multilateral cooperations as well as concerns. So, whether these are the issues in election, what people think and what politicians say, we wanted to make a reality check. And for this, we tested Indo-Bangladesh issues, and I will take you to Indo-Bangladesh border and also inside mainland India.
The river Teesta, born in Sikkim state of India, it travels to West Bengal and then crosses the border into Bangladesh and the Bay of Bengal. Division and sharing of the river's waters is now an age-old dispute that's turned vitriolic on occasions, with the politics of the day frequently coming in the way. As per international law, both countries have rights over the water. Yet even in the backdrop of friendly intentions on both sides, the problem and the politics behind it persist.
You are aware the matter relating to the Teesta River is a matter where India is trying to build a consensus internally. The government previously had been in touch with the government of West Bengal on the matter to seek an internal consensus.
The sweet, serene waters of the Teesta have turned North Bengal into veritable heaven. Jalpaiguri and 6 districts around it have never faced water shortages for drinking and irrigation. The river in these parts is a symbol of wealth and prosperity for the people living here.
उतना जमीन से तो फसल होते हैं तो दुनिया में अभाव नहीं होता है।
अब फसल हो रहा है।
अब अभी होता है, आलू होता है, सब होता है, साग सब्जी सब होता है।
There was a time when less than 9,000 acres of land was fit for irrigation in the northern part of West Bengal. Now, more than 43,000 acres of land get water in surplus. This was only successful once West Bengal constructed a dam to tap the water. The dam constructed in Gajaldoba has enabled farmers to grow a variety of crops in this region.
इस टाइम पाट का जूट के लिए धान होगा.
Bangladesh wants a share of this miracle. The demand is that 48% of the Teesta's waters should go to them. The water, they say, should be measured at the Gajaldoba Dam and directly released to Bangladesh.
Once the Teesta project is implemented fully, it is a big project and huge water is likely to be available.
But the ruling party in West Bengal, Trinamool Congress, rubbishes the demand as sentimental, even saying any question of sharing the water just does not arise. The Trinamool says any water sharing is possible only at the height of the monsoons, claiming that's the only time the Teesta carries enough water. In this, the party has the support of the BJP. Both have raised a voice against what they call Bangladesh's efforts to snatch India's wealth and resources.
There will be no excess water to allow to flow to Bangladesh. And the present water, the present volume of water, that is also even insufficient for our country. How you can allow to flow the water towards Bangladesh?
हम लोग को जितना मालूम है उसका अभी भी कोई नुकसान नहीं है खेती बाड़ी करने के लिए। उसका एक ही निशाना है, भारत से कितना लिया जाए। हम लोग समझते हैं कितना कुछ लिया जाए, जैसे भी हो। और हमारा भी जो सरकार है वो भी कुछ ऐसे वोट बैंक है उसके लिए बेचैन है। वो लोग भी समझौता करने के लिए बेचैन है।
But it goes beyond emotion-filled rhetoric. Some do look at it from the point of view of Bangladesh's own well-being. Concern arises on welfare of farmers in that country, what they need and the shortfalls they face.
रिलेशन तो है बांग्लादेश के साथ, दोनों देश अपना होने से डेवलप होगा और फराक होने से डेवलप होगा नहीं, दोनों देश को क्षति होगा, होना चाहते होगा।
मतलब पानी देना चाहिए बांग्लादेश
को, देने तो भले ही होगा।
Any decision on water sharing of the Teesta can only be taken by the centre, since it flows in two countries. Water sharing then extends into issues of international relations and national security. The issue extends right up to the estuary, the point at which the Teesta flows into the Bay of Bengal. But even before it enters the sea, waters of other rivers join this river. Many want the quantity of this water too to be assessed. Constructing a dam on this side of the estuary is not possible logistically, as the path is used by farmers to transfer seeds for jute and other crops. As a result, Border Security Force Jawans are posted within the water to ensure no stealing, as it were. In the absence of any water sharing treaty, security becomes a near inexplicable necessity.
তিস্তা জল বন্টন এই যে কন্ট্রাক্ট ये होना चाहिए। ये तो जल तो प्राकृतिक सामान है, उनको बांग्लादेश को जो हिस्सा है वो देना चाहिए।
In September 2011, Prime Minister Manmohan Singh set aside precedent and invited West Bengal Chief Minister Mamta Banerjee to accompany him on his trip to Dhaka. Aware that any solution was possible only after Mamta Banerjee agreed, the then Bangladesh Foreign Minister Deepu Moni met the West Bengal Chief Minister.
সরকার এবং ভারতের যে কেন্দ্রীয় সরকার সেই দুই সরকারের মধ্যে
আমাদেরও কিছু সমস্যা আছে। তিস্তা জলকে কেন্দ্র করে একটা কন্ট্রোভার্সি, একটা কনফিউশন কেউ করেছে।
But Mamta Banerjee turned down that invitation, indication enough from her side that she was not ready for any form of an understanding or truce. As a consequence, Dr. Singh returned from Dhaka empty-handed on the Teesta issue. A section of experts believe Mamta's going would have sorted matters. A 3:1 sharing that would have been on the cards disappeared again. Some in India too are unhappy at the opportunity lost.
इंटरनेशनल मैटर में बांग्लादेश हमारा करीब प्रतिवेशी स्टेट कंट्री है, उसका साथ हमारा मिल मोहब्बत रखना चाहिए। इसीलिए गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया जो स्टेप उठाया वो समर्थन करना चाहिए।
Mamta's refusal to accompany the Prime Minister turned into an uncomfortable and embarrassing situation. Questions were even raised on whether Dr. Singh should have clarified with Mamta on her stand before deciding on the trip.
Before announcing for signing the Teesta agreement, it was desirable for a amicable settlement with Mamata Banerjee with Manmohan Singh.
Another potential solution to the dispute, say watchers, might be setting down the situation on paper, the fact that water goes via the barrage to Bangladesh in any case. Even doing that could make a significant difference. A continuous lag in addressing issues throws up numerous dangers to both sides, the most potent being elements in Bangladesh looking at India as the enemy. Till a resolution is reached on Teesta water sharing, Bangladesh has an uphill challenge to face on meeting its water needs.
seasonal nature of Teesta is a fact, and that's why some people suggest that Bangladesh should also create a barrage like this in its own territory. Maybe Government of India also helps them in this endeavor. Now it's time for a break. After the break, we will come up with some more issues between India and Bangladesh. Welcome back to Raj Sabha TV. I am Akhilesh Suman and you are watching Agenda 2014 on Indo-Bangladesh issues. As you have seen, Teesta water is still awaiting resolution between the two countries. Same is the case of adverse areas along Indo-Bangladesh borders. Adverse areas are those patches of land that are on the map with Bangladesh, but in actual position they are with India. Let's see what is the situation of these adverse areas in Cooch Behar district of West Bengal.
Over 2,400 miles, that's the length of the India-Bangladesh border, and any political level dispute between the two sides reflects in national security concerns on the ground. India is eager to ensure that Bangladesh doesn't become a den for terrorists and a terror threat to India. This is perhaps the most essential reason for India's overtures and attempts to resolve outstanding issues. This is South Berubadi on the India-Bangladesh border. The region has been tagged as an adverse or reverse possession. For locals here, partition in 1947 set in motion a nightmare that still hasn't ended. Going by the geographical location of the region and the demographics, this region should belong to India. Its identity and nationhood has changed over the years. From being part of East Pakistan after partition, it became part of Bangladesh after the 1971 war. Now it's back as part of India. To stay as part of India, a group of people of this region formed the South Berubadi Defence Committee. In 1974, the Land Boundary Agreement was signed, where it was brought under India. However, the law still does not recognize Berubadi as part of India, since technically such land should also be awarded to Bangladesh. For an exchange and to keep the relationship cordial, it's important that the Land Boundary Agreement be discussed in Parliament.
बॉर्डर रोड एंड बॉर्डर फेंसिंग वो तो अभी तक नहीं हुआ, इसीलिए लोग को मन में आशंका है कि कब ये फिर कोई गोलमाल होगा.
The division of a nation is bound to come with complicated issues of this kind. Add politics to it and the confusion multiplies manifold. In this case, the Trinamool Congress stirred it up.
हाँ, ममता बनर्जी के पास डिमांड लेके गया, उनके साथ बातचीत हुआ है, जनबंधु मंच में उनके साथ बात किया, उनके साथ था.
This poster tells an almost misguiding tale. The land that Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee refuses to cede to Bangladesh is already India's as part of the Land Boundary Agreement. Unknowingly, Mamata is actually disregarding the agreement completely. The Trinamool refuses to clarify or acknowledge the error.
राज्यसभा में जिसका मेंबर है टीएमसी दल का, ममता बनर्जी का, वो राज्यसभा के मेंबर कभी भी इधर नहीं आया. उन लोग को फील्ड के बारे में कोई मालूम ही भी नहीं है. तो किसी ने उसको बताया कि 1 इंच ज़मीन नहीं देगा. और ये तो ज़मीन का बात नहीं है, तो एडवर्स पोजीशन है. ये हमारा देश में है, हमारा देश में रहेगा.
Or the case of this historical temple. Located in South Berubadi, Bangladesh is ready to cede this temple to India. Whereas going by legal documentation, South Berubadi is also a part of Bangladesh.
যে ভারত বাংলাদেশের নাগরিকত্বের মধ্যে কোনো দ্বিমত নাই যে আমরা স্ট্যাটাস কো মেইনটেন্সের পক্ষে, এটা আইনসিদ্ধ করা হোক.
But India already claims the temple is in Indian territory. If the Land Boundary Agreement is implemented, then the population living on more than 1,000 acres of this adverse possession land will get an identity as Indians. Bangladesh will officially be given 1,165 acres of land. This exchange will help both the nations mark a definite boundary as well as build a dam on the Teesta River.
जो पूरे तो काटातार का बेड़ा बन गया, सिर्फ दक्षिण बेरीवारी में काटातार का बेड़ा नहीं हुआ। हमारा जो मूवमेंट कमेटी का मूवमेंट था, जब तक ये ज़मीन हमारा मानचित्र में नहीं आएगा भारत का, तब तक इसमें काटातार को काज हम करने नहीं देगा।
Forward movement on Teesta may have eluded Prime Minister Manmohan Singh on his Dhaka trip, but what he did achieve was a significant step towards resolution of the border dispute. The Land Boundary Agreement Protocol was signed in September 2011. The agreement will do away with land disputes on the border while easing tensions and enabling exchange of land. Border dwellers will be given the right to choose which side they wish to be part of. That's certainly not the end of India-Bangladesh contentious issues. Enclaves remains a difficult nut to crack. An enclave is a region surrounded by another nation from all sides, so they are termed enclave inside India or enclave inside Bangladesh or Chheet Mahal in Bengali. Before partition, this land was owned by a landlord who was of the nationality of the country surrounding his land. Legally, however, the land belongs to the other nation, even now.
Lot of areas covered under enclaves, and the problem of enclaves is very acute in some areas.
These enclaves remain a sizable bone of contention, with some political parties in particular actively involved in refusing to let them go. A closer look at these enclaves and their demography reveals, however, the injustice of holding on to them. This is Balapukuri enclave in Jhapra village of West Bengal. Technically in Bangladesh, the area is surrounded by Indian territory on all sides. Residents of this area remain unregistered with either country, neither India nor Bangladesh. No identity or nationhood means no benefits either, no vote, no ration card. The law says they're part of Bangladesh.
ये बांग्लादेश का जो बालापुकुरी छीट है, तो उसमें तो इंडिया में तो हम लोग तो नहीं लिख सकते हैं ना।
छीटे की वोटर आईडी कार्ड बने ना?
ना।
राशन कार्ड?
नहीं।
It's the same situation in enclaves in Bangladesh. The September 2011 exchange agreement between India and Bangladesh decided to resolve problems of thousands living in these enclaves. Yet, there's some way to go. This is only possible if the Parliament gives a go-ahead to the agreement and passes the Constitutional Amendment Bill. When presented in the Rajya Sabha, it saw huge resistance from the Trinamool Congress and BJP. It was discussed in the earlier Parliament sessions too, but was met with the same resistance. Life here is an individual struggle against huge odds, with no help from the state because none exists. Local leaderships that have cropped up have started to raise calls for voting rights and more. For most, making ends meet is battle enough. These electricity poles reflect that reality. Local leaders have managed to get electricity supply from village Chhapra next door, which is officially in India. Locals also travel frequently to markets in India to sell their produce.
तम्बाकू है, धान है, पाट है, वो सब हम लोग इंडिया में बेच देता है। बांग्लादेश का हम लोग ऐसे तो नहीं जाता है, सब कुछ हम लोग को इंडिया से मिलता है। हमारा जो बच्चा जो पढ़ाई करता है वो हॉस्पिटल जो हम लोग जाता है वो तो जो इंडिया का हॉस्पिटल और इंडिया का स्कूल में हम लोग को बच्चा जाता है।
प्राइमरी स्कूल में बच्चा का जो बर्थ सर्टिफिकेट एंड वोटर आइडेंटिटी कार्ड ये सब लगता है, उसमें ही एडमिशन हो जाता है।
Another instance of Balapukuri enclave being part of India for all practical purposes. Law and order cases are also registered in Chhapra. Effectively, Indian law is followed. All that remains then is the official seal of the enclave being part of India. Yet it isn't. A political refusal to carry out obvious exchanges stands in the way. The land boundary agreement is still not in force.
So we have seen how enclaves are pathetic stories of human dislocation because of feudal belonging of land in the past. People of both the sides are the same, but why political parties are not taking a stand in their favor is quite amazing. Can we see in the coming election people are making it an issue and political parties are declaring their stand on it. Now it is time for a break. After the break we will come with another issue on Indo-Bangladesh. Welcome back to Raj Sabha TV. I am Akhilesh Suman and you are watching Agenda 2014 from Indo-Bangladesh border. Till now we have seen how sharing of Teesta water, question of enclaves and adverse area possessions are yet to be resolved due to lack of political consensus. Now we are going to see how normal trade, communication and transportation between the two countries are also getting affected due to non-resolution of these three problems.
This is Chigrabandha railway station, the last in India before entering Bangladesh. Ideal as a trade route, massive potential to be tapped, but silent and stagnant. And this place, the crossing point from Bangladesh into India, there's a warm camaraderie between residents from either side. Border security is merely to stop illegal migration. Human concerns are the central focus. Firing or violence of the kind seen on India's border with Pakistan is almost unknown. Problems arise from misuse, illegal migrants looking at the soft border as an opportunity to cross over into India. And this is the historical Teen Bigha corridor, a small parcel of Indian territory. It provides access between the main portion of Dhaka, Bangladesh and the Dehgram and Angarpota enclaves. Bangladeshis are allowed free access along this route that is under strict guard of the Border Security Force. All of these points are extraordinary examples of cordial relations between the two sides. However, the antipathy persists at the political level.
না এখানে কোনো সমস্যা হয় না এখানে বাংলাদেশের লোক ভারতে আসতেছে ভারতের লোক বাংলাদেশে যাচ্ছে কোনো অসুবিধা হয় না
এটা কি দাহাগ্রাম
ধগরাম আঙ্গারপোতা
দেশ কি
দেশ বাংলাদেশ
3 বিঘা করিডোরে কিছু অসুবিধা হয়
না কোনো অসুবিধা নেই
And this special gate. During the day, farmers from India cross over into no man's land on the Bangladesh side to farm their land. They return at night, helped by border security personnel. Minor disputes that arise are sorted out through flag meetings. All of this points at the eager possibilities that beckon for ironing out issues on both sides and greater monetary benefit from the age-old relationship. Immense potential on the horizon if only the political will cleared the way. Trade corridors, agricultural exchanges, people's welfare and much more are a distinct possibility. But the fact remains, they can turn into reality only after issues like Teesta water and enclave exchange are sorted out first.
And so we have reached at the end of our program Agenda 2014 on Indo-Bangladesh issues. But before we say goodbye, we must appreciate that the issues between India and Bangladesh are mostly humanitarian and emotional. They don't have much economic cost. Should we expect our politicians to come clear on these issues in this election? And should we expect you the people to keep these things in your mind before you go and cast your vote. For Rajya Sabha Television, that's all from Akhilesh, Suman. We will meet again. Keep watching Rajya Sabha TV.